Hello, everybody, and welcome. Welcome to Subconsciously Speaking. I'm your host, Ilah Brock Renzi, certified hypnotherapist. And today we're going to be talking about something that frustrates a lot of people quietly. Um, Overthinking something for 3 hours and still not getting it done. Maybe it's 3 days or 3 months or years, whatever. But it's called executive dysfunction. Or just plain language. I want to do it, and I'm still not doing it. I like to start my podcast with a "but first" kind of thing, a little segment, to kind of give it lightheartedness. And I'm going to include this kind of as we continue to talk. So before we get started, I just wanted to make a few statements about executive dysfunction, which I am not going to initialize as ED. You got to see episode 9 for that. And as they're all laughing, I took her out. Although I'm not really doing a big talk here on procrastination. Some of you are going to find it's familiar procrastination, but it really isn't. But is it or isn't? Well, you decide. So it can be considered a category, but I'm really thinking no. Let me just say that nothing brings people together collectively except by avoiding something important. We're all part of that creed, I'm sure. And I'm preaching to the choir here, people. So just so you know, still have my taxes done. I love how we can do 47 small, completely unnecessary tasks just to avoid the one thing that actually matters. It may only take 5 minutes. How suddenly everything becomes urgent right when it's time to do the thing you're avoiding. So when we don't want to give our decisions to something of time, it's immature, or time hasn't matured yet, I guess is another way to put it. So don't make putting things off become an Olympic sport. You'll just wait to train for it tomorrow anyway. And if you've ever had that moment where the task is simply, you understand it, you even care about it, and yet nothing happens, you are not alone. And more importantly, you're not broken. You just have a little disconnect. Let's see if we can help rewire that or show you how to rewire it. I'm going to help you understand some things. This is not considered laziness. I don't want to do it. That's lazy. I don't want to. Executive dysfunction says, I want to, and yet I'm not moving. If you were to see my office, I'm telling you. So there's two different internal experiences. And if you've ever sat there knowing that what needs to be done, maybe even feeling the pressure building and still not starting, you know exactly what I mean. As I'm studying this last night and the other day, I'm looking around my own house of things that need to get done, and I know I need to get to them, and I care about them. I was just talking to somebody today. I need to put curtains up. I haven't put curtains up. So what's actually going on? Most people thinks it's a lack of motivation. It isn't. It's an activation issue. Think of it like this. Your mind has an engine, and sometimes the key turns, but it doesn't turn over. The engine doesn't catch. The destination matters, the driver is ready, but something in the system isn't firing or is in sync. That something, it lives largely in the subconscious mind, because the subconscious mind is always asking a few questions, a few key questions. For example, is what we're needing to get done safe? Is it necessary? Is it worth the energy right now? And here's where it gets interesting. If the subconscious mind has any hesitation, emotional, identity-based, or even just an overwhelm, it will quietly slow or stop the action. It won't sabotage you, but it will protect you, conserve your resources. Now, consciously, you're saying, just do the thing. But subconsciously, there might be a different message. This is too much. This has to be perfect. This might lead to failure. This feels uncomfortable. There's the key. And when those signals compete, guess which one wins? The subconscious mind every time. So, see episode 2 if you want to know about that one. So the connection isn't broken. It's conflicted, And the conflict creates that hesitation, and hesitation looks like procrastination. But let's not use the P word today, okay? Let me ask you, have you ever noticed that starting is the hardest part? Not doing the thing, just starting it. Once you're in motion, it's fine. That is information for you to consider. The issue isn't the task, it's entry point into the task, and that's where change work becomes powerful. I think that's episode 3. Because we're not trying to force willpower, and remember, the willpower only works at a conscious level. Willpower does not work at a subconscious level. Your imagination does, and it does well. So we're changing the internal conditions that allow actions to happen. Let's talk about how. First, let's use hypnotherapy. Hypnotherapy works directly with the subconscious patterns that are creating a resistance. So instead of trying to push through the block, we go underneath it. I help you imagine doing it, enjoying it, and getting started to it. And then we put some systems in place. We begin to see the change, meaning the meaning attached to it now becomes more pliable. And if the mind currently links a task with the pressure, overwhelm, or identity threat, then we can begin to reframe that. We can build new associations like ease. Let's say the procrastination thing is, I've got a lot of boxes I still need to unload. I'm not going to let you see them. Just know that they're here. Okay? But I would like to feel ease and flow and completion and satisfaction going through my boxes. Now I know I'm going to have all of those feelings and all those sensations once the last box is emptied. I just need to unload a few things. That's a sense of accomplishment. I want that accomplishment, but how come I'm not opening any boxes? Well, I did get one done. When the subconscious mind starts to associate the action with relief instead of pressure, key, the initiation becomes easier, not forced, natural. That's a very unique experience. Now let's look at another modality that I use. It's called IEMT, Integral Eye Movement Therapy. It's a powerful modality because it doesn't require you to explain everything to me or in pretty much anything within the story of what you're doing. And that's helpful because a lot of resistance isn't logical anyway. You just see what you see. So IEMT works with how the emotional patterns are stored and repeated. So if someone has a repeating pattern of, say, I avoid and then I feel bad, that loop has an emotional signature. What IEMT can do is it breaks that loop. So you have the memory or the feeling or the situation, and there's an emotion attached to it. When we use IEMT technique, it just unlinks the emotion to what was here, the mental tangibles, if you will. Now the subconscious mind has nothing to play with anymore, so it lets it go. It reduces the intensity and the emotional pattern, and that was tied to the behavior in the first place. So instead of feeling that internal drag, there's space. And in that space, choice becomes online. Now you're connected. Now let's look at another technique, another modality. It's called NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, a more practical approach. NLP gives us tools to change how the brain or how the mind represents a task. All of our memories, all of our whatever's going on in our head, we generalize, we delete, and we distort. You tell a story, you embellish, you leave details out, or it didn't happen exactly the way it happened because your mind is generalizing, deleting, and distorting the things that do feel safer, don't feel good, etc. You can have two people go through the exact same experience at the exact same time and talk to them separately, and you will have two completely different stories. Another example of how we delete, distort, and generalize is a friend of mine. He's from Brooklyn, and he's standing at the street corner waiting for the light to turn green. Now, he says when you're in Brooklyn, you don't smile because you can get hurt. I don't know. Anyway, so he's waiting for the light to turn green, and in his peripheral he sees a car. It's a white sedan-like car, and he sees two people he is convinced have guns on him. and he's waiting for the light to turn green. When the light turns green and he's just focusing on what he's doing, he starts to walk, and he does take a glance, and it's two teenagers on their cell phone. Because of his upbringing, because of what's going on in his mind, he generalized, he distorted what was, and he deleted what should have been. We do it all the time. So the NLP tools change how the brain represents the task. Right now, if someone is stuck, the task likely feels big, vague, maybe heavy, or overwhelming. So we change that to wherever it is you want to go. We chunk it down. So maybe it's this big. It's like how to eat an elephant one bite at a time. So we're going to chunk it down. And what is the first physical movement? I know you've heard this before, but wait, it's not the whole task or even a piece of the task. It's just the first movement. It might just be open the laptop, pick up the phone, just hold it. You haven't dialed anything, put the person's number, and don't even call. You got to make that phone call, and you don't want to. It's okay. Just practice, and then maybe tomorrow you'll do it. But you practice that. Standing up. If you're sitting down, just stand up. Do that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, where if you think it, you get on your feet before you get to 1, or by the time you get to 1. Otherwise, your mind's going to kill it, and then you're just going to stay in your butt. And that's how simple it is. So because once movement begins, the brain starts to shift its state. Another approach is our identity. If someone sees themselves as someone who struggling to follow through, the identity reinforces the behavior. So we begin shifting that, how you see yourself, limiting beliefs, limiting decisions. What would a person who follows through do right now? Maybe it's a question I'll ask you, and I'm asking you. What would a person who does follow through do right now to do the job that you're avoiding? And let them step into that, even briefly. Just step into that idea. You don't need a full identity overhaul, just a moment of alignment. That's it. And those moments stack. Now, let's bring this back to you. I want you to think of something you've been putting off. Not the biggest thing, but just something real. And ask yourself, is this hard? Or is it just hard to start? Is starting the hard part? And notice just the emotions that come up, and just sit with it. And then ask yourself, what is the smallest possible first movement? So I got a bunch of boxes I need to unload. I'm going to tell you what I'll do after everybody leaves my office today. I will open one of the boxes. I'm not going to take it off the stack. I'm just going to open it and look inside it. If there's anything in there I need, and I might get, I haven't seen that in a while, and put it away, and again, I get momentum. So it can make it almost too easy to do that, but sometimes it could be challenging. But just for me, opening a box, if they're little small boxes, I just have to open one and just look inside of it. Now I might need to get my stepladder over there because they're kind of tall. Now, we're not trying to prove anything outside the ordinary. We're trying to help you create momentum. And once you have momentum, it rewires behavior. And motivation then starts to kick in. So momentum creates the motivation that you need. And now here's the bigger picture. You don't need more pressure, and you don't need to try harder. You already know what to do. You already know it because you've been wanting to get that XYZ thing done. You need better alignment between what you want and what your subconscious mind is allowing. When those line up, action becomes simple. It's not always easy, but it is simple. So if you've been judging yourself, calling yourself lazy, wondering why you can't just get it together, pause that. Here's the reason. And more importantly, there's a way through it. All right. That's your insight for today. And if this does resonate with you, you already know what to do next. You just start small. And if you need some assistance, maybe all you need to do is pick up the phone and call me. My number's on the screen here somewhere. Just call me. Or send a text to that number. I'll answer text. I don't care if it's in the middle of the night. If I hear it, I may not respond till 6 in the morning, but I'll see it, that it's there. If you need some assistance with alignment, many of the modalities that I use can be of help. contact me, really, or just call me and we'll have a quick chat so you can understand what's happening and where to go next. That's all for today. I know it's really short, huh? Because I didn't say I'll be short. Next week, until next week, guys, we'll meet again. My name's Ilah Brock Renzi. What's in your mind?